It's that time to turn on your radio. Tune in now for great songs, old and new. Roger Williams on Trent Sound Radio.
Well, a very good evening to you and welcome to A World of Difference for this Monday night. A nice warm Monday night on the edge of Sherwood Forest, which is pretty much where the studio is located. This is going to be the last live programme for a few weeks. Let's try and make it a good one between us. I'll need your help in doing that. studio@trentsound.com. Plenty of your requests to come up in the next 3 hours. After 8 o'clock, a cracking little interview I did with Sarah McQuaid last week to coincide with the start of her tour. She's going all over the place, England, Wales, Scotland and Ireland. So, as we'll discover, she's going to be pretty inescapable. Plenty of quirky stuff in hour 3, that's for sure. Let's get underway straight away with one of Andy Logan's suggestions. He thought I should be playing a bit more Jake Thackeray, which I am always happy to do. When the theme tune fades away, it'll be the Castleford Ladies' Magic Circle.
The Castleford Ladies' Magical Circle meets tonight in an upstairs Aspie Distra room that's lit by candlelight, where Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady and 3 or 4 more married ladies practice every week unspeakable pagan rites. Dressed in their Sunday coats and their flower pot hats, respectable middle-aged ladies running to fat at that. There's Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady and 3 or 4 more married ladies, each with a Woolworths broomstick and a tabby cat. But they don't waste time with a Ouija board or a seance now and again. No, none of your wittering, twittering, petty poltergeists for them. No, Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady and 3 or 4 more married ladies prefer to be tickled by the whiskery chins of bogeymen. Their husbands potter at snooker down the club, unaware of the devilish jiggery poke and rub-a-dub-dub, while Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady and 3 or 4 more married ladies are frantically dancing naked for Beelzebub. And after the witches' picnic and the devil's grog, after their savage pantings, their hysterical leapfrog, well, Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady and 3 or 4 more married ladies go back home for cocoa and the epilogue. So, be careful how you go of a Saturday night. If you see a little old lady passing by, it very well might be Elizabeth Jones or Lily O'Grady, or one of those satanical ladies. Their eyes are wild and bright, their cheekbones all alight. Don't go where they invite, because the Castleford Ladies' Magical Circle meets tonight.
Wonderful stuff from Jake Thackeray. That's a terrific one, isn't it? One of my favourites, I think. And I know Matthew Wildman would have liked that, and I gather he's on station. Some Pentangle for you in a bit. But Peter Scheibner's emailed in. He's not the first this week. We've had 2 in before Peter or Paul emailed in. This is something of an exception to the rule.
Hooray! Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men, feared by the...
Yes, Peter emails in as follows. Roger, Robin Hood is telling his beads... Telling his beads? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. It may be lost in translation. Robin Hood is telling his beads, but a world of difference is all he needs. It's not in the forest, not down in Kent. It's still in Nottingham, down there at Trent.
Trouble on the English country scene, and still found plenty of time to sing. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men, feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood. Well, children, would you all like to join in with me?
Not particularly, but thank you for asking. That's Dick James. And Dick James, of course, went on to be the publisher of an awful lot of the Beatles songs. Let's leave that little bit of musical history behind. And let's straight away meet Matthew Wildman's request for a bit of Pentangle. This is Bruton Town.
In Bruton Town there lived a farmer who had 2 sons and a daughter dear. By day and night they were contriving to fill their parents' hearts with fear. He told his secrets to no other, but to her brother this he said, I think our servant caught our sister, I think they have a mind to wed. I'll put an end to all their courtship, I'll send him silent to his grave. Without any fear or strife, and these 2 bold and wicked villains, they took away this young man's life. And in the ditch there was no water, where only bush and briars grew. They could not hide the blood of slaughter, so in the ditch his body lay through.
When they returned home from hunting, she asked for her young servant man. I asked because I see you whisper, so brothers tell me if you can. Oh sister, you do offend me because you examine me. We've left him where we've been a-hunting, no more of him we could not see. As she lay dreaming on her pillow, she thought she saw her heart's delight. By her bedside as she lay weeping, he was dressed in his bloody coat. Don't weep for me, my dearest jewel, don't weep for me, nor care nor pine. For your 2 brothers kill me cruelly, in such a place you may me find.
As she rose early the next morning, with a heavy sigh and a bitter groan, the only love that she admired lay in the ditch where he was drowned. 3 days and nights she did sit by him, and her poor heart was filled with woe, till cruel hunger crept upon her, and home she was obliged to go.
That's Bruton Town by Pentangle, played at the request of Matthew Wildman. Hope all is well in your world and little Thomas is sleeping okay. And now we do a two-way family favourite sort of thing here. Not that I've got Cliff Mitchellmore with me. Well, that would be rather tricky, wouldn't it? Really, if we come to think about it. But now, Andy Logan wishes to say Guten Abend to Peter in Hamburg von Allen in Nordostengland. It doesn't get any better, does it? Anyway, yes. So Andy up there in the northeast of England wants to wish Peter in Hamburg a very good evening. So Guten Abend, Peter, and of course to Petra as well. How about some new Bushbury Mountain Daredevils? Good idea, Rog. This is Fisher's Clock.
Their times have gone, business has moved on, and it's just the people that get left behind. Back in '63, all my family, they were working on the track in Castle Brown. Those headlights shine, lots of overtime. Is all but gone, and there's lots of men and women been betrayed. Now their skills are lost, machines that cut the cost, they can't replace the learning of a trade. And all those years of sweat and tears, all that effort's just been swept away. Well, they gave the keys to the Japanese, hoping that they'll give them back one day. Punch Fisher's clock, one more time for me. Let them go swap back on through the door. Just have one more crack, working on the track. Chance to make those engines roll. On accordion, Mr. Jerry Smith. Clock. One more time for me. Let them go swap back on through the door. Just have one more crack, working on the track. One more chance.
Yeah, lovely stuff from the new Bushbury Mountain Daredevils. That was Fisher's Clock. I keep hearing rumours that the original lineup is going to reform for a one-off concert or a bit of a tour, but never quite able to pin that down. Chances are if it does happen, it'll be over Stourbridge Way. But when they were together in that form, they were one of my favourite ever live bands. The new Bushbury Mountain Daredevils and Fisher's Clock. Now, I have a little set of rules, not codified into a book, not like the laws of cricket or anything like that, although I am going to play the best cricket song ever recorded as a tribute to Richie Benno after 9 o'clock. But one little rule is that if I'm going to play anything that's a bit kind of Cajun-y, play it before the Archers finishes, because if my brother's listening, he joins us at about 7:15. He doesn't really like Cajun music, so I'm taking a bit of a risk here, playing this at 7:21.
Cinq fois par an, demander la charité. Pas même si c'est une patate des gratons. Cinq fois par an, demander la charité. Pas même si c'est une poule, mais qui est trop capte ton maïs. Capitaine, voyage ton flag, galant c'est l'autre voisin. Mandez la charité aux autres, venez nous joindre. Aux autres, venez nous joindre, ouais, au grand bon ce soir.
After all I tried to do, you know I miss you, baby, and the children miss you too. Tonight we done the dishes just to keep your memory here. I cool the hot dishwater with my cold and bitter tears. The words which I've just spoken is the truth, I swear to God. I'm sorry if I hurt you. Sometimes I'm nervous, I work so hard. I still love you, my darling, but we're lost without you here. I cool the hot dishwater with my cold and bitter tears. It's winter time already. Christmas will be here soon. Be a sad, sad occasion if you're not in the dining room. I'm afraid to do the dishes, and I know the reason why. Putting on your apron makes me wanna cry. To keep our home together, I've done the best I could. Your true reason for leaving, honey, I never understood. I still love you, my darling, and the children, won't you hear? I cool the the hot dishwater with my cold and bitter tears. I cool the hot dishwater with my cold and bitter tears.
That was Ted Hawkins and Cold and Bitter Tears, and before that the Balfour Brothers and La Danse de Mardi Gras. I suppose if I'm going to play some Cajun material, then the Balfour Brothers is a pretty good artist to pick on. And, thanks come back to Andy from Peter. He says, thank you, my friend. He's we're doing a lot for Anglo-German relations here on A World of Difference. Divided loyalties, kind of the Gazuki man has to decide whether to listen to the Archers or listen to A World of Difference, and he tends to favour the Archers, at least for 15 minutes. More divided loyalties, oh dear. Now this might be an incompatible split between myself and Joanne up there in Tynemouth. It's Newcastle United, boo, against Liverpool, hooray, this evening. And, I hope it's a good match. And, come on, you Reds, really. I used to stand in the Kop end at Liverpool when I was a student, watching a team that I could practically recite right the way through. Tommy Lawrence, the Flying Pig, in goal. Chris Lawler, Alec Lindsay, and people like Ian St. John, of course. And I was watching this up-and-coming new player take over from Roger Hunt in the centre-forward role. And it was a curly-haired, permed sort of fella called Kevin Keegan. And I guess if Newcastle United and Liverpool have something in common, I suspect it's a respect for Kevin Keegan. So we better get one of Joanne's requests underway straight away before the match starts. This is Stornoway and Farewell to Appalachia.
Skin
A terrific suggestion from Joanne. That was Farewell to Appalachia by Stornoway. Tell you what, I'll play Ella Fitzgerald in the final hour when Philip Coutinho's just completed his hat trick, and we'll commiserate at about 9:45 when the match is over. I missed the obviously missed the Archers Watershed. Phil says, that fiddle was horrible. He's switching to a country and western station. And Wheaty Pud's listening. Very good evening to you, to my Edinburgh correspondent. And nice to know that you're there. And he says, Phil's right. Cajun music really does divide the listening audience. There's no question about that. You'll have worked out by now how simple it is to influence what I play here on the programme. Just simply email studio@trentsound.com, studio@trentsound.com, and chances are I shall play you something, and if I can't, I shall fit it into a future programme, and more about the next few weeks. When I chunter on about it, probably in the final hour of the programme. Oh, yes, and Peter, yes, I got it the second time. It was Robin Hood fiddling with his rosary beads. Of course it was. A good Catholic boy, Robin Hood. Was he? I don't know. Haven't a clue. Right, now, first apology of the evening. It's the way things work here, the way things should work here, is that new material I want to play gets uploaded from my house to a kind of a third party and then downloaded to here. And the Wedding Waltz by Marina Florence certainly left my place, but for reasons that aren't entirely clear to me, it hasn't arrived at this end. So you're going to have to wait, I'm afraid, Marina and Marina fans, to hear a terrific little song, a bit of a softy song that she's written specially for her daughter's wedding. I would have dearly loved to have brought you that today. And in fact, I've told quite a few people that that's exactly what would happen. But sadly, the Wedding Waltz hasn't made the perilous digital journey from my house to Trent Sound, and I have absolutely no idea why not. But the upside of that is that I can listen to one of my favourite Marina Florence songs. This is a wonderful performance. It's got real soul, a real bluesy character to it. It's called Woman Like Me.
I hear you, baby. I can feel your pain. Sometimes I wonder if we will ever be the same again. And after all the trouble and everything that we've been through, it takes a woman like me to love a man like you. Love a man like you. Love a man like. Love a man like. I hear the stories about the things you do. I don't care what they say, 'cause I'm the one that's going you. And after all the trouble, everything that we've been through, it takes a woman like me to love a man like you. Love a man like you. Love a man like. Love a man like. No, I'm always waiting, always here to take your call, to reach out and hold you, the only one that picks you up when you fall. After all the trouble and everything that we've been through, it takes a woman like me to love a man like you. Love a man like you. Love a man like you. Love a man like. takes a woman like me to love a man like you. A woman like me, a man like you. A woman like me, a man like you. It takes a woman like me.
Well, an absolute treat to hear that again. Woman Like Me by Marina Florence. And just ever so sorry, Marina, I couldn't play your latest piece of work. Do you know, Marina, last year, my statistician, my resident statistician, the one that works out the numbers, said that you were the most played artist on A World of Difference, and deservedly so. Cracking performer. And why don't more festival organisers sign Marina Florence up? I really don't understand that. Right, I clearly need to write to Kevin Keegan and ask if he might become a patron of this programme, because I have an affinity with him. Joanne will have an affinity with him. Of course, Peter, over there in Hamburg, reminds me that he also played for Hamburg. So Kevin Keegan clearly should become some sort of icon or patron of A World of Difference. Shall I drop him a line? I might just do that. As most of you know, I'm going into hospital for a minor operation in a couple of weeks' time, and I shall need something to occupy my mind during the time when I'm recuperating. So writing to Kevin Keegan to see if he'd be a patron of the programme might be something that would fill that bill. Right, now, okay, as the Gazuki Man and my Edinburgh correspondent, Wheaty Pud, are both listening, why don't I play one for the Gazuki Man first and one for my Edinburgh correspondent secondly? Yeah, one for you, Phil, and then one for you, Wheaty Pud.
Calliope driver, wait for me. Time is short, but I have to see if there's anyone else that I can bring, for I've a song to sing. Calliope driver, wait a while. There's still hope for those who smile and think a while, but haven't found the love that's all around them. Don't forget that some are growing, sowing seeds of love among them. Calliope driver, bide your time, the sun will shine among them. Shine among them, shine among them. Calliope driver, blow your horn. Not for those who scorn, for ignorance is a poor excuse, and you would not refuse them. Calliope driver, guard the train. Ignorance will strike again as darkness tries to hide the rose that grows to bloom among them. Take your time, the word is spreading, heading now towards the answer. Calliope driver, blow your horn, if only for to warn them. Dance your dance. Those of us who have the chance will carry the word and sing the song, so don't go on without them. Calliope driver, there's no need to leave us having sowed the seed, with carriages wanting to be filled. Find the minds to fill them. Save the ears that hear you preaching, learn the teaching of the dancer. Calliope driver, wait for me, for I can see the answer. See the answer. See the answer. See the answer. See the answer.
Once upon a time I found a garden, picked the brightest things that I could see, an apron full of Mr. Harding's flowers. I didn't know that he was watching me. Straight away my mother ran to tell him, wondering what he would say or do. Mr. Harding smiled and said, she's just a little child. I knew that she'd be picking them for you. By the fire Dad would tell me stories. One of them concerned a garden too, where the lion and the lamb lay down together, and every lovely fruit and flower grew. The gardener sent his children in to play there, rejoicing in the brightness of the day. But when they went exploring and took a fruit to taste, he cursed them both and sent them on their way. Even then I realized in my childish mind that he wasn't a proper gardener of the Mr. Harding kind. Mr. Harding's garden was all taken by lesser men with concrete in their minds. Factory chimneys grew instead of daisies, no butterflies from that assembly line. My mother faded faster than a flower. Dad sat in the darkness and cried. Mr. Harding moves a little slower than before, but still he tends the grave where they both lie. Wherever it is they've gone to, I hope that they will find a proper sort of garden of the Mr. Harding kind. The foolish woman sometimes feels despairing, thinks it seems so very hard to find. The child tries to plant a little everywhere she goes, that special love of the Mr. Harding kind. Someday when I'm older, maybe I will find that I've grown into a gardener of the Mr. Harding kind.
It's just gorgeous. Absolutely love it. June Tabor, a proper sort of gardener, played there for Wheaty Pud up there in Edinburgh. And recalling a time when he and I were due to go and see June Tabor with Hugh Warren and a guy whose name escapes me just for the minute in concert. And we turned up then. We thought, it's a bit dark here. There's a little notice pinned to the door saying cancelled, which is a bit of a shame. But it'd have been a treat. I haven't seen June Tabor live for ages. So June Tabor, a proper sort of gardener for Wheaty Pud, and for the Gazuki Man down in the southwest, Dando Shaft. How very, very good to hear them again. Calliope Driver. I might try and sneak another Dando Shaft one in before the evening is out. And the Gazuki Man and Wheaty Pud were of one mind there. Phil said, well, no, he knew I was going to play one for Wheaty Pud. That'll be Woolly Bully then. And Pete emails down and says, oh no, not Woolly Bully. And this was a lapse in musical taste that Wheaty Pud had in the 1960s. And he purchased that, I think, on my recommendation, if I remember. I still am unapologetic about that. And had it been on the system, he'd have got it. So that's a close escape, wasn't it? I did have a quick look prompted by the Gazookie Man there. But no, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs and Wooly Bully. Maybe in future weeks, who knows? Andrew Craig is the international man of mystery. He's let me have some new material. He's recorded this with his friend Maureen, and this is I Remember Red Wing.
It snowed yesterday, the mountains are white, the red earth is hard as stone. I'm playing Miles live at the Black Hawk. How fine it is drinking alone. Tonight the fire's not throwing out enough heat. The back of my head's cold and dark. Feather flames travel black mountain canyons. I'm searching for action and spark. I remember the time you left early last spring. Now we've started another year. You walked out with your bag and your Deering banjo, but you left 3 pictures here. Each is a different landscape. A glacier, a forest, a bay. In the distance of each are people, and all of them walking away. And it's always the same. Heat, then mist, then snow. The feeling that at last you belong somewhere, and the feeling you have to go. I've decided I don't know very much. I forget the facts I'm told, but I'm content with love. I've found you, watching fire growing old. The music has stopped. The fire died a while ago. I remember another time when we drank too much, and you played Red Wing on your old banjo. And you played Red Wing on your old banjo. And it's always the same. Heat, then mist, then snow. The feeling that at last you belong somewhere, then the feeling you have to go.
Andrew Craig and Maureen and I Remember Red Wing here on A World of Difference. Just a reminder that after 8 o'clock, it's my interview with Sarah McQuaid. Spoke to her earlier in the week. She's got a massive tour around the United Kingdom. She just started doing some dates down there in the southwest, and you'll hear her talking, most interestingly, about her new album and some of the stories behind some of the songs. Now, last week I was supposed to play Tirnano and Teesside to celebrate the fact that Paul and his family, producer Paul and his family, were up there looking at the Transporter Bridge on Teesside. I think I can mention Teesside now because the match will have kicked off, won't it? So I'm not going to offend Joanne by mentioning Teesside. Or the Stadium of Light, or any of those other controversial northeastern subjects. And Paul, I hope, is now safely back from his trip with the family. And so for him, for Paul, this is Tirnano and Teesside.
Leave your old sad Teesside. You know my love's an ebb tide. I'll bring you down upon the wave. Your sail is full, I'll lead the way. I thought I'd never see you. You came so like the morning, Like ships at sea we could have passed, but you came down and we made fast. Oh my love, whoa, 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 you came at last. Oh my love, whoa, 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 and we made fast. And me upon my hilltop, you seldom come to see me. For all my songs and all my signs, they're in the sky, but you never see. I'm leaning on the north wind. Sometimes it blows a whisper from off your lips, a tiny word, it brings it down and tingles on. Oh my love, whoa, 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 it brings it on. Oh my love, whoa, 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 it tingles on. Leave your old sad teaside. You know my love's an ebb tide. I'll bring you down upon the wave. Your sail is full, I'll lead the way. Oh my love, whoa, 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 I'll lead the way. Oh my love, whoa, 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 we'll lead the way. Oh my love, whoa, 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 I'll lead the way. Oh my love, whoa, 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 we'll lead the
Lovely. Don't think I've heard that before. Teesside by Tiernan No, played at the suggestion of producer Paul because that's where he was a week ago, and also, apparently, because it's the name of the horse in Into the West, which he was watching about a week or so ago with Jenny. And the other reason for playing it is they're playing the guitar bar soon, as he noticed when Kelly Oliver and Kieran Algar supported the Strawberry Jammers there. I like your style, son. You'll go far. Yes, Ternano back on the rounds again, doing the circuit. Saw them at the Great British Folk Festival in the romantic setting of Butlin Skegness just before Christmas. And yeah, they can still do it, a beguiling duo. Right, don't forget, it's Sarah McQuaid in interview and discussion about her new album, Walking Into White, after 8 o'clock. Let's get there with Lonnie Donegan and Alan Diprose. I mean, separately, obviously.
Yeah, I hear, Chris. Now this here's a story about an escaped convict called Long Gone Lost John. It's got a nice chorus, so if anybody want to join in, hear the way it goes. Sing 'em for 'em, boys. Yeah. Now he's long, long, long gone. Real nice. Now he's long, long, long gone. Hear what happened to him. Now Lost John was standing by the railroad track, waiting for the freight train to come back. The freight train come back and never made no stop. Lost John thought he'd have to ride the top. Now he's long, long, long gone. That boy. Now he's long, long, long gone. Yeah. Now Lost John came into a country woman's house, sat there as quiet as a mouse. Said, Mr. Lost John, be my friend the end, 'cause I'm long, long, long gone. Yeah, long, long, long gone. Now she said, Lost John, have some beer. I'll send for the porter and I'll bring it here. He said, now woman, don't you buy no beer. The cops is on my trail and they sue me here. And I'm long, long, long gone. In the morning, long, long, long gone. Hey, Lost John made a pair of shoes of his own, the finest shoes that ever was worn. He was on the front, he was behind. You couldn't tell which way Lost John gwine. Now he's long, long, long gone. Hey, long, long, long gone. I caught Lost John, put him in the pen. The summer's been gone and now he's out again. If anybody asks you who sung the song, tell him Lonnie Donegan been here and gone.